Hello everyone, friends. Thank you for checking out Bitcoin Adept. Today we will talk about a very interesting scenario that one of my subscribers wrote to me about. I will also be giving away $1,000 to those who join me. So what is this scenario? A person in the comments of my previous video wrote, Adept, about a month ago you suggested that by summer, if the decline in Bitcoin continues, we might see some scenario according to Livermore, and what nuances might there be regarding these movements. Indeed, I opened my video from a month ago which I filmed. It was called the summer scenario according to Livermore. And look what benchmarks we might have here. First of all, guys, this is our weekly Bitcoin chart, logarithmic, and according to various technical tools. As I showed you in previous videos, I am expecting a maximum upward movement in Bitcoin. A maximum of $200,000 in this cycle. It might be a little less, a little more. That's not the point. And look, if we switch to a non-logarithmic regular Bitcoin chart, you can see that from the bottom, Bitcoin's movements were initially small, with low volatility, after which the movements accelerated, volatility became stronger, and now even stronger, with corrections becoming even lower. And maybe such a scenario of Bitcoin's movement. When, look, from below, yes, let's go in order. The lowest point. For Bitcoin, this is point 1, we'll call it. The next point is this one, point number 2. The movement was towards it, after which there was a prolonged correction. Point number 3. The next point is number 4. This movement is even higher. The correction has already occurred. A deeper, stronger correction here. As you can see, it's practically a horizontal sideways movement. Yes, well, obviously it shook us here, but still more horizontal. Here we have a more vertical correction. This is point number 5. The movement goes up again. Here we have point number 6. And now the movements are sharper downwards. That is more vertical than before. And accordingly, like before. So approximately our situation looks as follows. If we draw a certain trend through which these points pass, this is our upper resistance line of an expanding, you could say, wedge or Livermore cylinder. In the theoretical part, it looks like this. Here is the part where we are potentially located. That is, here is point 1. The next point is 2. In short, you can see all of this. We were at point 6 when I recorded this video a month ago, and I assume that if we go lower, this scenario might play out for us. So look, here the upper resistance zone is also drawn, and there is a certain support line. That is, we haven't reached point 7 yet, and Livermore's cylinder looks like this. And after the 7th point, the final significant movements in Bitcoin begin. And possibly at some point we might reach $200,000 for Bitcoin. And let's also draw the support line here. We will outline it together, at least some guidelines. We don't need to know it exactly to the dollar. And we will also draw the movement more precisely. Yes, mine turned out to be some scribbles. Let's make it clearer. From the first point to the second, third point, fourth, fifth, sixth. And the 7th might be around 73, 75, in the range of $72,000 to $75,000, depending on how vertically we fall. Again, guys, this is one of the scenarios that the subscriber asked me to analyze. After this 7th point, we can potentially go up, as it was in the theoretical part. This is marked at $200,000. Such a movement is likely something we might see. Now let's switch closer to the Bitcoin chart. Let's activate my signal indicators, and we're interested in what might happen in the near future. Where is the turning point here? Because Bitcoin doesn't necessarily have to keep going lower and lower like this. It can also move in such a way, declining towards June or July. And here, my signal indicators can help us. So, the daily chart, Ishimoku Cloud Adept indicator. Here we have consolidation for now. Perhaps at some point, let's look at the 8-hour chart. Most likely, there will be downward signals. according to Ishimoku here, because we are already below the cloud. If we look at the 8-hour chart, so yes, all strong signals are downward, general signals are downward. Well, let's look at the golden graal, the signal indicator. There was also a sell signal here. Since February 24, we currently have nothing, but let's look at the daily chart on a more global scale. So now it will load all its strategies. There was also a sell signal. Well, let's look at the 12-hour and another one. We will take the indicator. Currently, there are no signals. And the last signal indicator is Bitcoin adapt, buy and sell. 12-hour chart. We had a sell signal from February 24th. But also, guys, there was a buy punch signal yesterday, on which I opened a long position to the 8-hour chart. Now we will switch, and yes, here it is. There was a buy signal. Bitcoin bounced back at some point. Yes, how much? Plus 4,000 from $6,000 to $89,400, just a little less than $4,000. And again, a sell signal, and we rolled even lower. That particular long position was stopped out, but that's all minor details. It's not the first and won't be the last. The main thing is to be in profit over the long term. And now about the $1,000 giveaway and the signal indicators. You guys have the opportunity to get free access to my signal indicators, private trading chats, and the $1,000 giveaway. And how can this be done? This, guys, is a video. Go down to the video description, find this official Bybit link. And if you already have an account on Bybit, you can simply become my referral. It won't cost you a penny. But you'll get all these perks and participate in the giveaway. Thousands. How is it done? Go through the link. Proceed until you reach a form. Here you fill in my referral code 31329. Write the reason I want to switch to the Adept and click send. This whole process works today and tomorrow. And tomorrow this Bybit referral. Switch, promotion ends. In short, fill out these lines on this page. You should already be logged into your Bybit account. Send it and enjoy. So, regarding the indicators, I mentioned them. Yes, regarding Livermore, I also told you. And now a few words about some interesting patterns I've noticed. During this second movement in Bitcoin, yes, we had a correction, quite a strong one. Bitcoin dropped by 10% to around $86,000, then rose and went down again. At this moment, many altcoins reacted very negatively. And if you look today, they have slightly recovered. But if you check the weekly or monthly chart for altcoins, not everything is so good. And some altcoins have dropped significantly. Again, I repeat, and for the second time, they dropped again. But not all. Look, there is a large portion of altcoins that at these levels, you could say, have found their bottom. They were not falling as eagerly as before. And when Bitcoin went even lower, these altcoins did not fall further. And look, for example, this is our Cardano ADA. Let's see how it behaved. So you understand, right? Bitcoin went down at some point. Cardano ADA also went down to its own minimal values, after which Bitcoin recovered, ADA recovered, and then Bitcoin went even lower. Cardano reached the levels it fell to during Bitcoin's initial drop. Yes, that's ADA. As for Litecoin, let's see how it behaved. I'll show you some coins that didn't show their weakness. Look, when Bitcoin went down, Litecoin also went down. And I wouldn't say that the correction was as large as Bitcoin's, but after that, Bitcoin went up and then down. But then, guys, it didn't go down anymore. That is, possibly there is a gradual shift from Bitcoin into some other assets. This is, of course, a bold statement, especially on a 4-hour chart. It's difficult to observe such emerging moments. But if we look further, let's check out DOT. Let's take a look. The Dogecoin, an old coin, is behaving the same way as Bitcoin. Bitcoin went down, at some point went up, and then flew even lower. DOT, on the other hand, didn't fly down at all. DOT keeps going higher and higher, but let's look at the last of the coins. Let's take a look at this meme coin, Trump. Many people say, yes, try to review it more often. Although there's not much to review often, but here, Take a look, guys. Trump found some lower levels around $12. After Bitcoin rose, it flew down, but Trump didn't fly down at all. Yes, it didn't even reach the levels it was at before. And it bounced back and went a bit higher. Although, if we look at Melania, let me show you something a bit different. Now, some altcoins still, they are following Bitcoin lower and lower. It feels as if some have already found the bottom. You can actually look at what you have in your portfolio, which altcoins you have, and just observe these movements, the patterns following Bitcoin. Melania, she's following Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin went down and Melania went down even further. Finding the bottom, I don't know where her bottom will be, how far she can fall. Now it has bounced back a little. It's at 88 cents. And someone might say these are memes, they are all going lower and lower. Well, let's then look at Ethereum together. Ethereum, to be honest, showed similar movements to Melania's movement. As much as Ethereum is, yes, a meme coin, its movement is similar. It went down like Bitcoin. Bitcoin bounced back, and Bitcoin went down. Ethereum did the same thing, yes, finding all new lower values. Now it has grown back, basically just like Bitcoin has grown back. If you look, yes, this is now the chart with Bitcoin. In short, you understand there are coins that have potentially found their bottom. Once again, I would like to advise you to look at what coins you have in your portfolio, to have some benchmarks at least for the future. And this is the chart with Solana. Oops, pardon, this is Solana to Bitcoin. I connected the wrong one. Here it is, Solana to USDT. Here you can see that Solana, just like Ethereum, is following Bitcoin, finding new and new bottoms. But with Solana and Ethereum, I have certain concerns. What were these assets made for in the first place? I will share with you in the next video, but that's all for now. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to hear my thoughts on the price of Bitcoin and on Litecoin, and also join me on the Bybit exchange. That is, become my referral to participate in the giveaway of $1,000 and gain access to my private trading chats where participants share their trades that they make on the exchange with all my signal indicators. There are about 8 of them. And to a large amount of trading literature, thank you to everyone who watched this video until the end. Goodbye to everyone.